What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am filming in my car because I'm actually going to get Starbucks. I want to bring back drive with me's, but in a safe way where I'm not like vlogging and driving and listening to music and all of that. So I was like, let me go get a Starbucks. It's a business expense. It's a tax write-off. It's fine. And just answer some questions and give you guys a life update. Kind of like you're just in the car with me, like we're just two friends. You're sitting in the passenger seat, but in this case you're right in front of me, and I'm just kind of giving you an update on my life. I feel like I don't even give my friends life updates, and that's my bad. I got so many text messages when I posted that I was moving on my Instagram. My friends were like, thanks for telling me, and I was like, I literally decided like the second I posted. This drive-through line is super long, so I'm going to pull up the Instagram post where I asked you guys questions. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I definitely recommend that you follow me, because it's also where I post any updates that I have, anything in real time I post to my stories. So I definitely recommend you guys follow me on there if you guys want to be the first ones to know. Because to some of you on YouTube, this video is probably a surprise, but to those of you guys on Instagram, it's not. Oh, how funny. 3 years ago on this day, I was in Florida with my mom. Okay, so the first question I'm going to answer, because this is probably why a lot of you watched the video in the first place, is why I am not moving back to New York City. And I also want to say that there is kind of a little asterisk on that. It just means why I'm not moving back to New York City anytime soon in the near future, and I don't have any plans for it. That doesn't mean I am never moving back to New York City. It doesn't mean that I hate New York City. It's literally the opposite. I still love New York City. I think it's one of the greatest cities of all time, and I feel like I always say this, but like I miss it. Like I miss a person. Like it's my favorite city in the world, and still to this day that is true. But I also don't have any plans to move back there because of the way the world is, and I feel like New York City, if you guys don't know, is so expensive, and I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I also know it's the way my lifestyle is that it is expensive. I know I can move there and I can live in a place for $1,500 a month, and I could, you know, not go to the restaurants I want to go to, or not do whatever I want to go to. And honestly, when I did live in New York, I didn't even like go to that many restaurants, so it's not even that. It really is just like the rent and the cost of living there, and even like grocery shopping and everything there is just more expensive. And with the type of place that I would want to rent, it would be $3,000 a month, even with New York having cheaper rent right now. I say cheaper in quotes because it's not cheap, it's just cheaper for New York City. So I never want to sugarcoat that New York is an expensive city, and I feel like for me, if I am not getting 100% of New York, while I know New York is opening up, it's getting to be more normal. If I am not getting 100% of it, I don't want to spend that amount of money. I need to order.
Thank you for choosing Starbucks. What can we get for you?
Hi, can I get the brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, please? A grande?
Yeah, unfortunately we are out of oat milk. We can do almond milk, soy, or coconut milk.
Oh, okay. Can I do soy milk, and can I just do 1 pump of brown sugar? Actually, do you think almond milk is better with that?
Yeah, I'd say most people are doing almond milk, but I think either one would be a good substitute.
Okay, I'll actually change that to almond milk. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
We're out of oat milk. I would not have come to Starbucks if I knew that. So for me, the point is just I don't want to go back to New York City if it's not 100%, and so I don't know when that will be, but I'm not waiting on it anymore, and that's why I don't have plans to move to New York soon. And I'm also saving money in the process, which is nice, so that when I do go back to New York City, if I do go back to New York City in the future, I'm gonna have money saved. I'm just doing what's financially smart, and for the first time I don't have FOMO about New York, which is weird because I always do, but I don't know, I don't have it right now, and I feel a sense of peace not being there, so I need to go with that feeling. I don't want to force something if it's not meant to be right now. So that's why I'm not moving back to New York. I feel like I just need to like set the record straight, because every single time I do a Q&A, it's like, when are you going back to New York? When are you going back to New York? You guys will know when I'm gonna go back, but as of now, I don't have a date, and I'm not planning on going back in the next year. Could that change? Yeah, but I also just got this car and I signed a 2-year lease, so I'm not planning on going back right now. I'm gonna be visiting eventually, but it's weird. I don't have FOMO about it, which is like the first time ever, and I feel like I need to go with that feeling. All right, got my coffee. Let's try this with almond milk. I've never had it with almond. It is not the same. Not the same. Not that good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna drink it, but let's see. I just don't like almond milk. I don't know why I got that. Okay, anyways. I always think I'm gonna like almond milk with like some extra stuff in it, and then I just never do. Where am I moving next? I am actually going to be going to Florida for a little bit, which I'm very, very excited about. I don't want it to be like, oh my god, it's this big move, because I'm very fortunate enough to have family that has an apartment in Florida, so I will be moving to that apartment, and so it's not like I'm going to be touring apartments. I'm not going to be like renting an apartment, so I am flexible with the timeline, but I am very excited to be going there for a period of time. I say a period of time because I'm assuming I'll be for a few months. I just don't really know how long it will be, and I'm so excited. I love Florida. If you guys don't know, I am from South Florida. I grew up there. I spent 10 years of my life in South Florida. I spent it in Cooper City. If any of you guys happen to be from there, let me know. I went to Embassy Creek Elementary School. Anyone? Any of my viewers? So I did grow up there, and ever since we moved to North Carolina, we have spent every single year going back to Florida. So we've gone to Florida so many times. I have yet to spend a Christmas in North Carolina. That's a lie. I think I've spent like 2 Christmases here. I go to Florida every single winter. I go to Florida every single summer. I'm always there, and it's my second home. I mean, it is home for me. I feel like it's where I grew up. It's where we have all of our home videos. I've gone back so many times. I have cousins, I have aunts, I have uncles, I have family there. My grandparents live there for most of the year. Like, it's just, Florida is home. And so I'm just going back there for a little bit, and I'm excited to experience living there as an adult by myself. Every time I would go, it'd be on like vacation mode, or I'd be with family or friends. So now I'm finally going there just as an adult by myself. Gonna be living alone, and I'm very, very excited about it. Be sure to stay tuned for any Miami vlogs. I'm just excited to be living by myself because I really do want to experience that, and I'm so grateful I have the opportunity to do that, because I know most people don't. And I'm not trying to say this to brag. I'm not trying to say this to come across as like, I don't know what it would come across as. I'm just being honest with you and giving you a life update. A lot of you guys asked, what is Bambino doing? And if you guys don't know, I got a puppy in January. My family has been definitely helping take care of it because I do live at home with my family right now. So for the first 2 months, Bambino is going to be at home with my family, because I will be going back and forth from North Carolina to Florida, because my house that I'm renovating is still being renovated. Every like 2 weeks or so, I'll be kind of going back and forth, but I'll be seeing the house, going back to Florida. And with Bambino, I don't want to put him through that, like going back and forth all the time, and it would just be so hard traveling with the dogs. I do not want to do that, and my family is obsessed with him. My mom is like, no, he needs a yard, he needs to be here, like you can't take him. Like, my parents really want him. So I am going to leave him at home for 2 months, which is the only reason why I'm not like 100% excited, is because I'm going to be apart from him for 2 months. But I have to remember that I will be going back and forth, and so it will be okay. But I just am going to miss him so much, because he is like the love of my life. I can't cry thinking about him. Like, I love this dog so much, and I didn't know it was possible to love a pet this much. He will be coming down to Florida hopefully after my house is done, and just staying with me, because then I won't really be like traveling or anything like that. So I'm very excited about that. I also did want to thank today's sponsor of the video, which is Skillshare. And if you guys don't know what Skillshare is, it is the largest online marketplace to learn new skills. I do have a team that I work with. I have Hani, who works with me on my agency. I have 3 co-founders that were working on an app together. And with Hani, part of her training was actually to look at this public relations course on Skillshare. Because it was a lot about what we were doing, I wanted her to take the course. I wanted her to take notes. It was such a good way to train her, because it was pretty much exactly what I wanted her to do with my company, but there was already a course about it on Skillshare. Skillshare is great because you can really learn any new skill that you want. So whether you are leisurely learning, like learning how to paint, or learning how to draw cartoons, learning how to edit videos, or you actually need a skill for work, for example, so like learning how to use Excel, or learning how to, be a project manager, those things are on Skillshare. There is no limit on what is on Skillshare. Try to find a course that's not on there, and I promise you it will be hard. All the courses are taught by leaders. They're taught by leaders in their field, and if you're like me, you miss learning. I really do. Like, I always am looking for something new to learn. I feel like I'm bored if I'm not constantly learning. And I also have the opportunity to give the first 1,000 people that sign up with my link, a free premium trial of Skillshare. So you guys can click on the link down below if you guys want free premium version of Skillshare. They have annual memberships less than $10 a month, so it is very, very, very affordable for you to learn new skills. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to click on my link and sign up for Skillshare so that you guys can start learning today. And then I also did get a lot of questions about why am I not moving to Boston. And because if you guys didn't know, I am in a long distance relationship. My boyfriend lives in Boston. He also has family in Florida too, so he'll be in South Florida for a period of time. Not the whole time or anything, but I know like the month of April he will be down there, and it's very easy for him to go back and forth as well. At the end of the day, it's still a flight, so it doesn't matter if I'm in Florida or in Charlotte. As for why I'm not moving to Boston is because I don't want to. That sounds so bad. I don't love Boston as a city. You guys know this, and right now we're not going to make that move. We both are very independent in our lives, and you know, his work is now remote, so we're kind of seeing where that is. Eventually we will be in the same place. Eventually we will be in the same city, of course, because a relationship can't work if you're long distance forever, and the goal is to be in the same city. But when his life is also up in the air and my life is up in the air, I don't want to make that big move. I'm so excited for whenever that day does come, but right now it's just not in the plans. Life is too up in the air for the both of us, where we don't know where either of us is going to settle, and then we'll be able to decide who moves, who doesn't, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of the answer to that, because I feel like I got so many questions like that, and I just felt so much pressure that like, oh my gosh, everyone thinks that you have to live with your boyfriend or you have to be in the same city, and like everyone's relationship is different, so please don't feel pressure to do something because everyone else is doing it. Because when I got those questions, I was like, got a lot of pressure in a way, but it was also like, this isn't like, I don't need to do this. So I just want you guys to know that whenever one of us moves, you guys will know. So that's that answer. I don't love talking about my relationship on the internet because I do like a lot of things to be private, but I got so many of those questions that I just felt the need to respond on here. But you guys will be updated whenever I have an update. I also got a question about if I enjoyed living at home with my parents, and I will say it was a lot better than I had expected. I was really nervous to move back at home. I was not excited to move back at home. I didn't want to move home, but I will say that it was better than I thought. I did get closer to my family, which is always a really great thing. And you know, with family in general, there's always problems, I guess, there's always fighting, but it did make me get closer to them and just valuing that time spent with family, spending with my siblings. My brother is going to college next year, so it was nice, you know, to spend a year at home with him. And so I don't know, it was a lot nicer than I thought. And I feel like it's kind of, whenever I reflect on how upset I was to leave New York, I can now say, like, I'm so glad that that happened. Like, I'm very, very, very glad that that happened. And I was actually watching Maggie McDonald's vlog this morning, and she said a quote that I absolutely love and I just need to share with you guys. She was saying that everything happens for you, not to you. And I think that's just such a great way to look at life. In the moment, it might not seem like it's a good decision. It might not seem like things are going to work out, but in the long run, they really do. And you can kind of see the bigger plan for your life. And I'm a big person that I believe that God has a plan for me that is way better than I can ever imagine. And so that's kind of why I say, when I have peace with situations, when I feel calm about something, when I feel like what I'm doing is right, I have a sense of peace, and I want to go with that feeling. Understand that he does have a bigger plan than I have for myself, and understanding that that is, you know, some things we might not understand in the moment, but in the long run, it is, you know, it makes sense and it works out. So I loved that quote, that everything happens for you, not to you. And it's kind of the way that I've been just viewing life in this season. Also, I got so many questions about, what about my house? You just bought a house, are you not moving into it? If you guys didn't watch my renovation Q&A video, I highly suggest that you guys watch that because it answers so many questions about the house. My house is going to be done at the end of May, which means I will be going back and forth from North Carolina to Florida. My family is also involved in the process, in the sense of, like, they are helping me out with just understanding the home renovation process. I'm using their services, if you will. So I do have people here that will be able to check on the house every single week, every single day if needed. The selections have already been made. Nothing is DIY. Everything I have contractors for. So really I'm just going to be back and forth, but it'll be done in May, and then I will be putting it on the market. I at first was unsure if I was going to sell, renovate, whatever, and now I am 100% sure going to sell it whenever it goes on the market, because it is an investment. The money I spent on the house, the money I spent renovating the house, is still less than what I will be selling it for. So it is a fixer-upper. I flipped the house. If you guys watch any HGTV shows, if you guys watch Austin Flipsters here on YouTube, you know that that is a very, very common thing that people do. So it's just called flipping a house, where you take a cheaper rundown house and you make it nicer and then you sell it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this house, and I'm very excited to show you guys the final process. Yeah, the house is still going on. Haven't been up much updates in March. Things were super delayed. So like it was supposed to be done end of April, beginning of May, pushed back a month, and now it's going to be end of May, beginning of June. So you guys will see it whenever it's complete, but finally the month of April, things are getting done. And a lot of you guys asked what I am most excited about for Florida and for Miami in general. I am just excited to be in a new city and to see what it's like to live in a new city. I feel like I've experienced Miami from a vacation standpoint, from, you know, I'm only here for a week or two, but I've never experienced it living there. So I'm excited to, you know, just have like normal life, but be in a place that is so tropical and so fun. And I don't know, I'm really excited. I don't know too many people there, but I do have family there. So my cousin is there, which, Naomi, if you're watching this, I will be hanging out with you a lot. And a lot of people that I know are there, so I'm just very excited. If you guys have any Miami recommendations, please let me know. I have my restaurants that I always go to whenever I'm down there, but I need to actually expand from those and try out new places. I'm very excited for the Cuban food there. If you guys don't know, Cuban food is my all-time favorite food. Like every morning getting like a café con leche. I love doing like the Cuban tostadas, yum, guava y cheese, the beef pastelitos, like, oh, I'm just so excited. That should be it for a life update video. Normal content will still be on my channel. It's just going to be Miami centered now, so look for moving vlogs, look for more home renovation videos, because I will be back in North Carolina filming those, and also things will actually begin happening this month, because literally the month of March nothing happened. So things will be happening for my home reno series. I'll be doing like the cost breakdown of that eventually. I'll just be filming more, you know, working vlogs, things like that, but I'd love to know what you guys want to see, because I've been in a rut with my channel. So it'd be really helpful if you guys can let me know what type of videos you guys want to see on my channel. Comment those down below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. I did not take a sip of my Starbucks. It's just like, isn't that good? Ugh. Okay, it's like a struggle to drink it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.